What's going on, everybody? I'm your host, Nick Lazaga. Welcome to MiM Monday. It's time to make Monday magical. Won't you join me for this wonderful conversation? If you're in the chat, be sure to chime in and let's talk about some Disney news and some of the merch that I got. That's what I want to talk about. I just got back from Disneyland, guys. If you're watching this as a replay on YouTube or on Instagram, then leave some comments, chime in that way, and remember that you could watch us anytime on, well, Mondays, live at 8 p.m. Central Time. So, yeah, this is Mickey in Minutes Live, everybody. Thanks so much for joining. I already see a few people in the chat. How's it going, guys? Thank you so much for hanging out. So, if I look exhausted and if I sound exhausted, it's because I just got back from Disneyland and started work today. So, if you don't know, I'm a teacher. I teach elementary school. I'm a 5th grade teacher, actually, to be specific. And today was the first day of in-service. So we went to Disneyland. We got back on Saturday night, and then yesterday I tried to chill a little bit as much as I could, and then today I started my first day of in-service. And if you're a fellow teacher out there, you know what that means. That means a whole lot of classroom setup. I feel like I've just been moving furniture and stapling things to the wall all day, as well as just, lots and lots of meetings. But I'm here, MiM Monday. I could not let a Monday go by without talking to you guys. Hey, I see some people in the chat. Heart and Hero 12. Hey, what's going on? Enchanted Alexis says, I really want to go to the 70th at Disneyland. So yeah, let's talk about that. I just got back and it was so much fun, you guys. So we stayed at the Hilton Anaheim. I'm not going to give everything. I'm not going to talk about everything right now because we're actually going to do a full trip report episode. My wife will be on it with me, and we're just going to break everything down. So basically, we stayed at the Hilton Anaheim. Amazing theme park view. It was crazy. And we had 3 park days. We didn't buy park hoppers. We did a full day at Disneyland, full day at DCA, and another full day at Disneyland. And, of course, we bookended it with days in downtown Disney / Disneyland Hotel and all that stuff. I see in the chat, let's see some merch. Yes, that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to do a merch haul. So I have most of the merch that I bought with me right now, not all of it. And then, of course, my wife bought a bunch of stuff. I don't have her stuff with me. But let's see. So, yeah, I see. Oh, you're at Disney Springs right now. It says Heart and Hero. Very cool. All right. So let's talk about some merch. So our first day, one of the first things we did when we got there is we went to Trader Sam's. If you're a Trader Sam's fan, put one of these in the chat because I love Trader Sam's. And one of my traditions every time I go to to either Disney World or Disneyland is I gotta buy a mug. I gotta buy a tiki mug from Trader Sam's. And this time was really, really, really special because they had the exclusive Disneyland 70 tiki mug at Trader Sam's, and take a look at this beauty. So again, this is the exclusive cup from Trader Sam's for Disneyland 70. It's Peter Pan themed. This is the Mermaid Lagoon. Look at that. We have the Jolly Roger there in front of the moon flying overhead, and then a bunch of mermaids. Look at that. So I don't remember the prices for everything, but I remember this. This was $80, including a beverage. It actually came with a non-alcoholic beverage, so it was like a $6 upcharge to add alcohol to it. But yeah, so this was more expensive than a lot of the typical tiki mugs because this was a Disneyland exclusive, and it was actually Copper Top Ink. See that? There's the label. A collaboration with Copper Top Ink, and yeah. Right off the bat, this is the first thing we bought in Disneyland, and it's just gorgeous. I have a big tiki mug collection, mostly Trader Sam's mugs, but then also a bunch from other places like Geeky Tiki and some other places like that. So, yeah, this is super rad, and yeah, just gotta be really careful with that. If I break that, I will cry. But yeah, so very, very cool. I love that item, and actually, I'm a big fan of cups. And what's really funny is that when we go to Disney, a lot of the things we end up bringing back are cups. So we bought this. This was another Disneyland 70 exclusive. This was is a coffee tumbler, and it's amazing. Check this out. I love maps. If you know me, I love Disney parks maps, and this one is just a Disneyland map, and it's amazing. So I actually have a cup like the same like shape and size from Walt Disney World. It was a Skyliner cup that I had, and that's my favorite cup to take to work. And so I'm really stoked on this one. This is gonna be another take to work cup, but it's just so amazing. And look at this. It's just classic Disneyland map. It's like old school Disneyland, you know, no Galaxy's Edge on there or anything. Just classic Disneyland map cup. And I could not be more stoked on this. So there's actually one more cup because I love cups. I love cups, and I love the Country Bear musical jamboree / original Country Bear jamboree, which doesn't exist at Disneyland. But Disneyland recently rethemed their Hungry Bear to a Country Bear themed restaurant. So it's now called the Hungry Bear Barbecue Jamboree, and they had a souvenir cup, and you know I had to get it. So it features Ursus H. Bear, the Grill Master. Look at that. See, I'm being blocked by the microphone when I show you this, but that's okay. So, very cool item. So yeah, it says Hungry Bear Barbecue Jamboree. So now that whole restaurant is themed to the Country Bears. What's going on, Tony? I see you in there, bud. How you doing? So yeah, this is so cool. I love this so much. I had to get it. And this cup, as well as the tiki mug, I'm not going to use. They're going to be on my shelves. And one day I'm going to do maybe a MiM Monday or something where I'm going to do what's on my shelf and just show you guys all that cool stuff that I have, because it's very, very cool. So yeah, 3 cups right off the bat. Trader Sam's, Disneyland tumbler, and the Hungry Bear souvenir cup, which is very, very cool. Let's see. Tony loves seeing the merch. He says, I still need to get myself a tiki mug. Yeah, next time you go to Trader Sam's, just get a tiki mug. It's my favorite thing to collect from Disney. Well, besides this next thing, which of course is pins. Pins. So I'm a pin guy. I'm not as much of a pin guy as some people are. Some people are just like crazy, like not crazy in a bad way, but like super pin collectors. And I collect pins that I like. I have a decent pin collection. I have about 3 pin boards next to me. I've shown these on MiM Monday before. Maybe I'll do it again sometime. But of course, I had to get some pins. Now, if you book a Disneyland vacation through the Disneyland Travel Company, or the Walt Disney Travel Company, rather, they give you a complimentary lanyard and pin. Now, I don't have the lanyard with me because I'm actually using it for work. So, I got to have some of that Disneyland flair with me when I go to work. So, but I do have the pins. There was 2 pins, and the cast member who was helping us out was so nice because they mentioned that there's a Donald and Daisy pin and a Mickey and Minnie pin, and since it was me and my wife, I asked, hey, is there a way that we can get one of each pin? And being so nice, they made it happen. So the lanyards are pretty much the same. One of them says Costco Travel on it, and the other one says Walt Disney Travel Company. I don't have either lanyard with me right now, but I have the pins. So these are so cute. So let me show you the Donald and Daisy one first. So these are Disneyland 70 pins. Look at that. Very, very cute. Again, this was the freebie with the Costco. If you book through Costco, which again they were just super nice and gave us one of each, and very, very happy about it. And then this is the one if you book with Walt Disney Travel Company. Of course, this is the Mickey one. So there you go. It's in the plastic, so it's a little bit of glare. But yeah, there you go. So I always like to get event pins. The pins like I was gonna get a 70th pin anyways, And, I got the 50th pin from Walt Disney World and the 100th pin and all that stuff. So the fact that we ended up getting these right off the bat for free, well, for booking with them, made me really happy. And I didn't have to go out and buy another 70th pin because I was really stoked on these two. So, yeah, 2 pins. Very, very cool. And then I love Guardians of the Galaxy. It's one of my favorite movies, and of course, Mission Breakout is one of my favorite. Tony, I know that you don't like the exterior for Mission Breakout, but as much as I love Tower of Terror, I love Mission Breakout. It's different from Tower of Terror. It's so fun and exciting, and it has a lot of rewritability with different songs every time. If you've never done Mission Breakout, guys, in Disneyland, do it. It's amazing. So I had to get the pin. I have the Cosmic Rewind pin from Walt Disney World. I also have a Xandar pin. But I got this pin because I loved it. And let's see if it focuses. There you go. So it's the Guardians in the gantry lifts. And it's just so, so cool. So, let's see, I see Tony in the chat. Mission Breakout's exterior does nothing for you. Yeah, I mean, it's not Hollywood Tower Hotel. I agree with you there. But he also says, I can see why Mission Breakout's such a great ride, though. It has 9 different songs. Yeah, you're right. So we were able to ride it twice, actually. We rope dropped it, which is crazy, because if you're not there exactly for rope drop, then Guardians is going to be a forever wait all day. So we managed to rope drop it and waited about 15 minutes at that rope drop time, and it was amazing. And then we rode it again because we had Lightning Lane. But yeah, there you go. Let's see. So I also traded a pin. I had an extra pin, and I traded because something on one of the pin boards caught my attention, and it just made me so happy. It warmed my heart, and I had to trade for this. Is anybody else a Duffy fan? Take a look at that. So it's Duffy with a pirate, with Captain Hook's pirate hat. Part of the Hidden Mickey collection. You see the Hidden Mickey on his hat there. But yeah, I've recently gotten really into Duffy. And so I was really, really excited to see Duffy in the Celebrate Happy Cavalcade. And it made me so, so happy. And then after that, I went to, looking at the pin boards, and I found this Duffy. And I don't have any Duffy pins. And this, guys, you don't understand the excitement when I found this. So, yep. One man's trade is another man's treasure. Let's see. Tony in the chat says, I hear that Duffy was specifically made for Tokyo as a mascot. Yeah. He's really popular over there and in Hong Kong as well. And he's making his way over here. He and his friends making his way over here. Enchanted Ellie's Life has joined. What's going on? Welcome to MiM Monday. We're looking at some merch. Wish Duffy had more clout in the U.S., says Tony. Yeah. He'll get there. Maybe, maybe not. But it's very special. And I'm telling you, he led the cavalcade, and he rocked it. So happy. We saw the cavalcade a few times, and so great. So there's one other pin to show you guys, but I need to give you some context for that one. So we'll come back to that in a few minutes. One more pin, we'll come back to it. So if you listen to our Christmas in July episode, which I know it's August now, but you can still give it a listen. Christmas in July on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and YouTube. Great episode I did with my wife. And if you heard that episode, you know that she's an ornament collector. She loves Christmas ornaments. So, we got a few, but one in particular that I wanted to show because I love it so much. It is a spider bot. Look at that. So if you've done Spider-Man web slingers, yes, this is the spider bot, and there's a button on here somewhere. Let me see if I can find where the button is, because it's very, very cute, and it makes, oh, there it is. So there you go. Let's turn this off. I love the spider bots. I love web slingers. The shirt that I wore on my DCA day was a web slingers t-shirt. It's actually like the same t-shirt that Peter Parker wears in the pre-show, and I'm super stoked to have it. But yeah, so I'm a big web slingers fan. If you remember a few MiM Mondays ago, I guess a couple months ago now, I opened one of the Avengers Campus mystery wishables, and I got the Slinger ride vehicle. So yeah. Tony asks, is there a web slinger ride car ornament? I don't know. I'll tell you, this was hard to find. We went to, what was it, Off the Page in DCA, and they have a bunch of ornaments there. They didn't have it there. And so we ended up going to, actually, funny story, my wife ended up going to the web slinger store, and they had them, but they were behind the counter, so you couldn't even like grab them yourself, which is crazy. But while she was doing that, I went off and I met Captain America because I love Cap. All right, another one joining the chat. Thanks so much for joining. Welcome to MiM Monday. We're looking at some merch that I got. So Spider-Bot, very cute. Let's see, where am I? Okay, so this other thing, I walked in to the new candy shop in downtown Disney, and I knew about this item, but it caught my eye and it made me super happy, and I immediately grabbed it. And my wife was like, usually, you know, there's some back and forth with you about if you should buy something. I've never seen you grab something and go pay for it as quickly as that. So, and I'll show you why. Because it's a Hatbox Ghost Pez dispenser, guys. Look at that. It's amazing. It is so cool. Yeah. It glows in the dark. I had to have this. I literally made like a beeline for it and grabbed it and never looked back. So, yeah, he's going to be a shelfie. After, I was keeping it in the packaging so I can show you guys, but as soon as MiM Monday's over, I'm cracking this baby open. I know that's going to freak out some collectors, but I'm cracking this baby open. I'm eating some Pez, and then Hatbox Ghost is going to live on my desk, probably directly behind where the phone is from MiM Mondays, actually. So I'm going to have to do a what's on my desk sometime, too. But yeah, isn't that amazing? That's such a cool item. And I know that, there's some other ones. There's some, I don't want to say generic, but like the Fab Five ones, Mickey, Minnie, those characters as well. But I love these unique characters, Hatbox Ghost, and in my mind, I already have something purchased. I'm sorry, I've read the chat. Love that you're opening it. Yes, thank you. Yes, I have to open it because it needs to live on my desk. He's so cute. And I need to eat the Pez. But I already, in my brain, I already have the idea the idea that I'm going to purchase the Figment Pez dispenser as well. So they better have it there because I need both of them. So, yeah, I am just stoked on that Pez. All right. Couple more things, and then I'm going to get to one of the big ones. So, did you really go to Disneyland if you didn't buy a t-shirt? Right? So, got this one. Let me back my chair up a little bit so you can see. This one is just really cool. I love all the rides, but what I really love about this is on the back, look at that. It has rides and when they opened. So, super, super cool shirt. And of course, they had the, buy two for $25 or something like that. So, of course I did that, right? Of course I bought two. So, I had to buy the official event t-shirt, Disneyland 70. There you go. Woo-hoo. Love this. You know, I'm the kind of guy who likes to have the event shirt. You know, I have a Disneyland 60th Diamond Celebration shirt, so I had to get the Disneyland 70th shirt. I just love this. But that's not all. There's one more shirt that I got, and this shirt is amazing. It's exclusive. It's a park exclusive Roosevelt. So, if you know Roosevelt's, it's one of my favorite brands. I wear them all the time. They're button-down shirts, and they're really nice, really soft material, very fancy. But this Roosevelt, guys, is special because it has Mickey in the in costumes for each of the Disneyland lands, the original Disneyland lands, right? So there's a Tomorrowland Mickey, there's a Frontierland Mickey, an Adventureland Mickey. There's some Dapper Dan Mickeys. Oh, they're so cute. Fantasyland Mickey. This is amazing. I love this shirt. So you will definitely see me wearing this a lot. I'm actually planning. We're going to Disney World next month, and I'm totally wearing this to Disney Springs. I always like to wear a button down to Disney Springs and or Downtown Disney. So this is it. This is the one. But also, guys, what's even cooler, it's not just Mickey's. If you look closely, there are attraction icons. I don't know if you can see it in the camera, but there's like a Space Mountain, a teacup, a train, Small World, the Small World clock face, the pirate, there's some popcorn, the Jungle Cruise boat. This shirt is the most amazing Roosevelt ever, and I'm just super, super stoked on it. So, yeah, there you go. Roosevelt, love it. Hey, more people joined the chat. What's going on? Thanks for joining. Welcome to MiM Monday. Oh, we're just going through the merch I bought. I just got back from Disneyland, and we're just talking about some of the merch I got. So, yeah, very cool. All right. So, see, we did the cups. We did my Trader Sam's cup, the Disneyland 70 tumbler, the Hungry Bear cup. We did my pins. We did my Spider Bot. We did my Pez. All right. So, there are some freebies that you can do in Disneyland. If you got your Magic Band, of course, I had my Magic Band. Of course I did. And so, for the 70th, around the park, they have these little, these, I don't want to call them kiosks, but there's like little areas where they have the Magic Band tapper, and magic happens. And some of them actually gave you some freebies. So let's go through these now. They're really cool. The Autopia one, right outside the entrance to Autopia, it printed out this super cool card. And on the back, it's actually a ticket. And I believe they're all different. So mine is Slow Sightseeing, and it says special 70th anniversary guest. So yeah, apparently I was slow sightseeing. I mean, of course, I was looking at Birdie, you know, the little robot. I had to. It's Autopia. So that's really cute. Let's see. All right, and then in Frontierland, they had 3 set up right outside of one of the shops there. And one of them is a Mark Twain ticket. Look at that. Ticket to get aboard the Mark Twain. In the back, see that? Special 70th anniversary guest. This is so cool. Look at that. Take a little ticket. And they also had, there's more. There we go. Golden Horseshoe. Look at that. Little ticket for the Golden Horseshoe review. I love the back. It says, no spitting, no cussing, no drinking, no gambling, no shooting, and wipe your boots. Agreed by our special 70th anniversary guest. There you go. There was one more. Hold on, let me grab that. I grabbed the wrong one. There you go. Disneyland Railroad was another one. Look at that. There's a little ticket. Isn't that cool? So cool. I love this so much. And then, of course, there was one for the Jungle Cruise. I love them because they're like little tickets. It's so cute. Jungle Navigation Riverboats. Look at that. Isn't that cool? Now, what's cool about the Jungle Cruise ones is they all have different boat names. So this one says Boat Crashers Union Crew, and they all say something different. I don't know if they're boat names or what they are. They're definitely different because we have two. But I got one of each, and my wife got one of each too. But yeah, very, very cool. And this last one, outside of the Main Street Cinema where Tilly is, Tilly, the ticket taker in front of the cinema, you scan your Magic Band there, and you get a ticket. This one's beautiful. Celebrating 70 magical years of Disneyland. And the back, it's actually what they're showing at the Main Street Cinema at the moment. And it's the, look at that, a new verse. It's a tribute to the Sherman Brothers. Yeah, tribute to the Sherman Brothers. Very, very cool. So I have a frame that I'm going to put all these in. It's amazing. Let's see, in the chat, did you get the Autopia one at the Spotlight thing? I think that's new. Yeah, that's exactly what we're talking about. These are all from the 70th. They're all new from the 70th. And yes, here it is. Oops. The Autopia one. So what's interesting about that one is that there's 3 spotlights, but they only give you 1 ticket. But there's a green, a yellow, and a red, and each one makes a different car sound, but it only spits out 1 ticket. And there you go. It was a ticket. I got cited for slow sightseeing. So yeah, love these freebies. So. Grand finale thing I wanted to show you guys. Everyone's talking about this. I've been talking about this so much on the show, and I was so excited to get it. It's the Disneyland key. So, let's see. Have to go back. Didn't have the tickets last time. Oh yeah, you got to go back. They're free. You just got to make sure you have a Magic Band. So, here's the Disneyland key. Look at that. So, if you don't know what this is, it's like a scavenger hunt around the park, and there's a bunch of keyholes. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 keyholes, I think. And so you put these in to each keyhole, and they make a sound. And at the end of it, there's a little compartment here in the back, pops open, and you get a pin. That's why earlier I was saying I have one more pin to show you guys, but I had to give you context. But this is it. So it makes all these sounds too. So once you've completed it, you can replay all the lights and sounds at will. And so let me show you.
Welcome to this happy place. Welcome.
Yeah.
Disneyland is your land. Here age relives fond
So it goes
memories
through
of
that
the past.
part of the speech,
And here
and then you go through each one. It's very, very cool. Yeah. So I won't go through all of them, but Jungle Cruise. Right. Haunted Mansion. Yeah. So anyways, yeah, I'm in love with this. It is it's hanging in our living room now. I had to take it off the wall to show you guys. But I love it. I've been talking about this forever. I'm so stoked on it. The finale, well, you know what? I'm not going to show you the finale. Because if you want to do it, then you're going to get to see the finale for yourself. So, but yeah, at the finale station, it does something really cool, and it plays some amazing music. And then, like I said, the compartment pops open, and you get a pin. And there's 1 pin to match each of the icons on there. And I was just super stoked on the one I got. If you saw the reel I posted yesterday, you already know which one I got. But here it is. Oops. I got Jungle Cruise. Look at that. So I was very, very stoked on this. It's kind of like buying a blind box, so you never know which one you're going to get. And in my opinion, there's some that are better than others, Not to downplay any of them. They're all really cool. But I particularly was stoked on getting the Jungle Cruise because, opening day attraction, classic Disneyland, and yeah. So that's pretty much all the merch. Well, all the merch I have here with me. we got a couple other things. We got that 70th Kincaid, which we collect Thomas Kincaid canvases, and so this 70th one is gorgeous. It has Sleeping Beauty Castle with the 70 logo, and it has Prince Philip and Aurora walking to the castle, and it's amazing. We actually we'll tell the story on the trip report, I'm sure, but we got the last one in all of Disneyland, and it was craziness, but we got it. It was the very last one, and yeah, super stoked on that. So and then my wife got a couple of other things as well. I always get her Pandora charms, like for special occasions and stuff. So I got her Disneyland 70th anniversary Pandora charm, and it's really great. So yeah, guys, lots of merch. I'm just super stoked on all of it. I mean, if you're just joining, I started with this baby, the exclusive 70th anniversary Tiki mug from Trader Sam's, Peter Pan Mermaid Lagoon. So yeah, I think if I had to pick, this is probably my favorite thing that I got, because I just, like I said earlier, I just love tiki mugs, and this is gorgeous. So yeah. So yeah, that's pretty much the merch that we got, and we had an amazing time. I cannot wait to share all these stories with you guys on the next podcast episode. Like I said, I am a teacher, and I am just starting work. This week is my in-service week, meaning a lot of classroom setup and a lot of meetings and stuff like that. And then next Monday is the first day of school. So heads up, there probably won't be a MiM Monday next week, because first day of school, my head is going to be spinning and probably exploding from all the fifth graders. So probably no MiM Monday next week, but then we'll be right back on course the following week after that. And I cannot wait to share this trip report with you guys. One thing I do want to mention on here right now, because it's probably the coolest thing ever, is that while we were there, JON FAVREAU was there, and they were filming the Oswald the Lucky Rabbit show for Disney Plus. And so the craziest thing happened, guys. So we saw him there. They were kind of in the front of Main Street, and they had everything set up. It was all blocked off. There was crew and cast there, and yeah, they were filming stuff. And so I was walking by with my phone, just like filming. And so JON FAVREAU waved at my phone. Oh, excuse me. And I didn't even, I'll be honest, I basically blacked out, because I hardly even noticed. And Chelsea was just like, look. And as I looked over, JON FAVREAU is walking up to me. I can't make this up, guys. And so I walked up to him. I had a coffee in one hand. I had my phone in the other hand. And I was just like, hey. He was like, hi. And it was amazing. I was like, can we get a picture? He was like, we're about to start rolling, but sure. And so Chelsea took our picture, and I turned to him, and I don't know, the first thing that popped in my brain to say to JON FAVREAU, this legend, is, thank you for The Mandalorian. And he smiled. Oh, I said, thank you for The Mandalorian. And then Chelsea goes, and everything else. And he smiled, and he kind of chuckled, and he goes, you're welcome. And that was it. And then, he went back and he started filming. Like, we literally saw him, like, directing the cast and, like, having a work day in Disneyland. And it was the most amazing thing ever. So, yeah, I've met JON FAVREAU, and I thanked him for The Mandalorian. I know a lot of you guys feel the same way about that show. But, tons of other stuff. I mean, Elf, right? Probably the greatest Christmas movie, or one of the greatest Christmas movies of all time. Of course, he's happy in Iron Man and in the MCU, and he jump started the MCU. He literally oh my gosh, my brain, I'm just thinking about it and it's crazy. But yeah, he created Iron Man, and that jump started the whole MCU. So to meet a legend like that and have him just be so genuinely kind, like, I didn't call him over, or get his attention or anything. He just walked up to me because he saw that I was filming him and that I was stoked, and yeah, it was amazing. So yeah, there's some Disney news to talk about, but yeah, I think we'll save that for next time. not a whole lot of major news. But yeah, like I said earlier, I'm exhausted. Just back at work after only being home from Disneyland for one day, and actually got home from Disneyland, and I went to a concert last night. Also, I forgot to mention that. So yeah, I'm exhausted. So I think we're gonna go ahead and sign off here. But thanks for checking out my merch. This was super fun, guys. And like I said, no MIM Monday next week because first day of school, and I'm gonna be just crazy busy. But we'll be right back on track after that. And I'm just so stoked that I went to Disneyland and it was a great time. And we'll share all those stories with you on the podcast very soon. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you for hanging out on MIM Monday. Thanks for chilling with me and for chatting with me and looking at this merch and just hanging out. I love this Mickey and Minutes community, and you guys really make it magical. Just to hang out with you guys and talk about this stuff. And if you're watching this as a playback on YouTube or on Instagram, please join the conversation next time and hang out on Instagram live at 8 p.m. Central Time. But yeah, so of all the merch items that I showed you guys today, what's your favorite? What stood out to you? Was it the Tiki mug? Was it the Roosevelt? I know some of you guys were talking about this amazing Pez dispenser in the chat. Yeah, I want to know, what was your favorite merch item that I showed? And what's a merch item that you need to get your hands on next time you go to Disneyland? I want to know. Let me know in the comments. And yeah, thanks so much for checking out MIM Monday. Follow the podcast on Instagram. Follow me on Instagram at Nick in Minutes. And subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and YouTube. And yeah, thanks for supporting Mickey in Minutes. And I will see you next time. Love you guys. Bye. What's going on, everybody? I'm your